begin this little dialogue, or monologue I should probably say, by explaining why I want to tell you my story today. I have been working with a business coach who is on the bandwagon that you may have caught wind of around your business endeavors, that story is vitally important. Story is what will connect people to us, and when they hear our stories, they will self-convict if the stories are told in such a way. Your story about the bras was a good one. The story I'm going to tell you today is my business story. My intention is to use this story in a variety of ways, as many times and in as many places as possible, to tell people why I got started in the business. What I'm looking for are reactions to things that resonate with you the most. I'll be giving this story in a variety of lengths, so if there's anything that you thought would be helpful for me to add, or anything that you think maybe isn't necessary for me to get my point across and help people self-convict. That's the goal of today's speech, and I will now begin. I found myself in this strange juxtaposition. On the one hand, I was feeling pretty confident. I had kids that were doing well. I was a leader in my church. I was directing a church choir. I was an active volunteer in my kids' school. I was an outspoken community member. People seemed to think I had it all together, especially when you knew that I had, at the time, a black belt in Taekwondo. But on the inside, that was not what was going on. I was feeling that I had lost me. I had lost that professional Helen that I really knew I was, because I had been in these other roles for a decade. I had been the mom who would just let my voice be their voice. Whatever they needed would be what I would talk about. Whatever my husband needed, whatever the school needed, whatever the church needed, whatever Toastmasters needed, and I'm not kidding about that. I lost my sense of Helen, my sense of that professional me, and that professional me was as a speech-language pathologist. I began my career after graduate school as a speech-language pathologist in a brain injury rehabilitation unit. There I worked with people who had had a brain injury from a car accident or a fall or a severe stroke that left all of them in major, it left them in a condition that was unlike anything they or their families could ever have imagined. They were suddenly cut off from their families. They could not communicate with them. They couldn't use their voice. It wouldn't actually work, many of them. They couldn't follow one-step commands. They couldn't walk, many of them, and they couldn't swallow. But many of them did gain progress. And I got to work with the families as well as with the patients. In those 3 years of working with these patients, I realized I could be taking my voice for granted, and I'm not going to, because this could happen to me or a member of my family any second of any day. I will not, I said, take my voice for granted. But that decade later, I was doing exactly that. I was trying to find that professional me, so I decided to start my own business. Command Communication, I started. And it's a great business, it has a great mission, but I wasn't making a whole lot of progress with it. I knew I needed some help. I hired a business coach. I was explaining to her what I do. I help people sound more confident when they speak. But she saw me. She saw what was going on inside. And she said, Helen, how can you teach other people to sound more confident when I've never heard you sound confident when you speak? Okay. Well now, I guess that's what I paid her for. But in retrospect, it was the turning point. It was. That was when I said to myself, look what I'm doing. I'm pretending that I'm just fine. Everyone thinks Helen's got it all together. But the truth is, my house is a mess because I have let everybody else's voices and all of their things and all of my things just pile up. I had lots of clutter in my house. I kind of still do, but I have processes now for it. I was hiding. I was hiding under anything and everything I could. That black belt, I was hiding under my roles as a volunteer. I was hiding under my children. I was hiding behind my husband. And my voice, both literally and figuratively, was just not there. I said to myself, no more. I will not take my voice for granted. I will not. I will not take my voice for granted. And it's my mission to make sure that other people don't either, because we all have stories. We all have a message. We all have experiences that we have been through that others need to hear. My business is starting to grow now that I am using my voice to mean business. I'm telling my story more. I'm doing more videos on Facebook Live, which is a challenge, believe it or not, but I'm getting myself out there. I'm speaking in front of more groups. I'm holding more workshops because I know that I can help other people, and I know it's my mission with all of my background to help people say what is truly and deeply inside their hearts. And I believe what God put in there for them to give out. If my story resonates with you, and you are feeling like there's something inside that you are not quite able to get out, I want to help you. I really want to help you, because now in this world, in the circumstances in which we live, we need your voice, Jill's voice, Marcia's voice, Sally and Tommy and Elizabeth and Lisa and everybody's voice, and their joy and their worth and their love that's inside to emanate into this world and bring hope and light and love. That's why I'm here. If this resonates with you, come speak to me afterwards, because I want to talk to you more about it. Mr. Toastmaster.